Hi, I wanted to talk about why I left the Mormon church, and I guess first reason I want to talk about is they always a lot of times they say in church that God will help you with this, or if you pray, God will help you with that. But I never really felt like that was true. I always felt like I was doing things on my own, or if doing things with other people, but I never felt like God was really helping me in my life. You know what I mean? And the way I eventually took that was he isn't helping me with my life. Like I had this attitude that like I'll do my best, and God will make up, for whatever lack I have. You know what I mean? Like I'll meet him halfway or whatever, or like somewhere at the end. I don't know. Um, yeah, and another reason, this is probably the main reason people become atheists or leave the church is because um, a lot of the stuff, um, there's just no evidence, for God or for religion. There's no evidence, and like I had a friend. He told me, he's like, everything I see, is evidence of God. But like, I don't know. I thought that was ridiculous. Like, so basically, like the fact that there's a tree in front of me means that some divine being with unlimited power created it. Like, how does that make sense? But anyway, where was I going with this? Um, Trying to think here. I didn't script this. I'm just winging it. So like I said, I don't see very much evidence, or no, absolutely any evidence for God or for religion. Um, as far as the Mormon Church goes, what um, they believe things that are completely ridiculous. They have no scientific things that aren't substantiated by science or anything close to science. Um, so what else? And um, oh, I was gonna say, like, just a lot of the things they teach um, just don't make any sense to me at all. Like, what's an example? Um, Sorry, I'm kind of at a loss, a loss for words here. I do. It's not that. It's not that there's nothing there. It's just, um, um, I just don't know where to start. I guess, like, just the whole concept of God just doesn't make sense to me. Like, so basically, we're supposed to believe that there's this being with unlimited power, and he sent us to Earth to give us like some sort of experience, or a test. The Mormons believe it's a test, basically, and which doesn't make sense because everyone's life experience is completely different. That's like giving out, to a class of students. It's like giving out like um, tests, but they're all completely different. Like, and um, so that doesn't really make much sense to me. But um, God doesn't make sense in the sense that um, he just doesn't seem like a benevolent or caring um, um, being. He doesn't seem like a good. I mean, we see him as sort of like a parent, like a spiritual parent, kind of, but he doesn't seem like a very good parent. He lets. Yeah, I mean, I'm saying um, like if he existed, like why would he let all these terrible things happen? You know what I mean? And and like why wouldn't he help people in certain situations when he could? And there's a good I'm trying to think. There's an argument against God. I forgot what it's called. I'm not going to go into that. But it's basically talks about the problem with evil, basically. So, like, why does evil exist? You know, if God is, you know, benevolent and he's all powerful, then why does evil exist? And I'm not going to go too deep into that, but that's, oh, I think it's called the Epicurean paradox. I think. I don't really remember. I think that's what it's called. But anyway, and God seems to display all these human weaknesses. We know that he's jealous, we know he gets angry, and you know, he acts, sometimes it even seems like he acts kind of like an immature teenager or a toddler. He just exhibits all these weaknesses that man has. So I'm thinking we created God. God didn't create us. We created God. And there's a lot of there's a lot of really potentially really negative things that can come from, you know, being a part of the church, believing in the church, like that can affect your psyche. And for me, I have mental illness. I think it's been worse for me because I honestly think that the Mormon church and mental illness are not a good combination at all. And um, I guess the last thing, I think I'll go into this in more depth later when maybe I'll actually have a script or something, because like I said, I'm just winging it. But I guess the last thing I'll say is that overall, the religion just doesn't make any sense. Um, it seems to me like it's just a way to control people and take their money. They'll tell you that it's free, but it's really not, because they'll coerce you into paying tithing. They absolutely do that. And it has a lot of negative effects. The church has a lot of negative effects on people that people in the church just simply do not want to acknowledge. And I would say, to be more specific with that, it's they really shame people into changing. There's a lot of shaming in the church, and I kind of understand. I mean, um, so yeah, the church has caused me a lot of problems in the past, and I'll talk more about this later, I guess, but it's just not, overall, it's just not a great experience, to be honest. People looking in thinking like, oh, well, like it must be really good because, so many people are into it, and it just, I forgot the last, I just remembered something and then I forgot it. Whatever. All right. I'll talk more about this later, but thanks if you listen to this. Thanks.